Welcome back to the Carprotection Detailing channel. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Carl.
Now we are continuing our May-June season of ceramic coatings, and this time we are bringing ceramic coating by a brand called Gyeon, who are pretty famous for ceramic coatings, it must be said. Now I've used this 3 or 4 times, I've been quite experienced with it, really like it, that's why I want to share it with you. But first time for you?
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
Excellent. Okay, so you put me off there, so yeah, interesting to see what you think and see if it sort of matches what my experience of it. Now, with any ceramic coating, it's all about preparation. Now, the car we've got today is the white VW Golf R. We previously used this vehicle for a liquid wax about 3 or 4 months ago. That protection is gone now, but we still need to comprehensively wash it, chemical and mechanical decontamination. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to bring it into the garage because it's pretty hot out there, isn't it?
It's a very warm day today.
So it's about 25 degrees. Carl's going to do his paint survey and sort of ascertain what machine polishing we do. Now, we did machine polish it previously, so hopefully it just needs a bit of a final buff up, really.
Yeah, but that's what a paint survey is all about.
Absolutely. So we're going to do that. We're going to play some music, get it inside, and that's where the magic starts.
Here we go now.
So we have carried out our maintenance wash, we have carried out chemical decontamination, and we have carried out the mechanical decontamination. So now for us, the next step is to do a paint survey of our car. So we're in a very lucky position that this is a new car, and actually the paintwork is in relatively good order. So we have already done our walk round, and we've found a couple of bits of etching, some minor swirls, but nothing major that we can't correct. So we've gone around with our paint depth gauge as well, and we're working on around about 130 microns around the whole of the car. So me and Andy have decided between us that we're going to go and hit it with a fine compound, and then those areas of etching we're going to hit with a medium compound.
Here we go now.
Okay, so machine polishing done. Took us a couple of hours. Like Carl said at the intro, a bit of medium compound on the etching. There was a bit of swirlage there, but the majority of this vehicle has been done with a finishing polish and a really soft pad, and really enjoyable to do. And as you can see, you'll get a proper look around later. The results are stunning. This car is basically looking brand new. Really enjoyed that, didn't we, Carl?
Absolutely did. It's a bit different to our usual cars that have got a large amount of correction to do, so it's actually really nice to hit it with a finishing compound and just bring this paintwork up.
And it's come up really well. Carl's already gone around all the piano black stuff. He loves doing the pillars and all that kind of stuff. Really good. Just for SA, I've also used a decarbonizer on the exhaust, and Carl's gone round with a wheel wax just so we're getting ahead of the game, just finishing the ceramic coating to do. So we're going to reposition the camera, and we're going to have a look at this ceramic coating package from Gyeon. Okay, so Gyeon, as I said right at the start of this video, are pretty famous for their ceramic coatings, and I've been using them years. Really rate them, hence why I'm doing this video and introducing Carl to it. Enjoying it so far, Carl?
I am enjoying it.
Excellent. You know it's a Gyeon product by the packaging, which is fantastic. Now, with this package, you get a couple of things that we're going to look into. Instruction book is really, really useful here if you haven't used this before, so do have a read of that. You get 30 millilitres of Gyeon Pure, which is the actual ceramic coating itself. You also get a small bottle of Gyeon Cure, which I'm going to explain what that is a bit later. Both of these are standalone products, but both of these work together, and I'll tell you the benefit of using this after the ceramic coating later on in the video. You get one of their Gyeon applicators. I really like these. In fact, I buy packs of these because what I find is it's really, really super soft and not too much of the product absorbs in, so it's quite an efficient pad to use. Really, really useful maintenance after ceramic coating, because as you know, there is a dedicated maintenance regime post-ceramic application to enhance the longevity and basically protect your coating, which is good. We always like stickers, so you get a Gyeonized sticker if you wish to put it on your vehicle, and you get one of these, which we really like, a date as to when your coating was applied and which coating was actually used, which I really, really like. Okay, we're going to look at Pure first, which is their circa 36-month plus ceramic coating, but that's based on mileage, the environment your car's in, and ultimately how well you look after your vehicle post-application. But they sell it as a 36-month coating. Now, the reason why I like this one, and the reason why I encourage you to sort of hang around and watch this video, this can be applied outside, so it's not one of these high-end professional ones that have got really close tolerances. As long as it's not raining for the next 12 hours and it's not windy and dusty, etc., you can apply this outside, and indeed I've done 2 or 3 cars using this outside. But keep an eye on the weather forecast. You know, if it's going to be raining in a few hours, you don't want to be doing it, but I'll explain all the aftercare at the end. So application is nice and simple, and this is one of the easier ones. There's no rocket science behind this, and you're not limited to a lot of the restrictions of other ceramic coatings, which I really, really like. So as with any coating, give it a good shake and vac and bring the freshness back. And child-proof lock, which is good. Now, sometimes when you're applying ceramic coatings, they say sort of put 15 blobs in. You don't need to worry about this one. You can just go for it. So basically, just put a liberal amount on. Now, Gyeon actually say put a liberal amount on as well. So I am really loading that pad up. There's a lot on it. Now, because the cure time of this is up to 10 minutes, we're not restricted in doing the sort of 50 centimetre by 50 centimetre thing. You can just go for it, and I'm just going to do the entire bonnet. Now, clearly, if you're doing it in high humidity, the quicker the actual solvents are going to release from the coating, so the quicker you're going to be taking off. So do a test panel. If it's really, really hot, if it's high humidity, you may be knocking that down to a couple of minutes. Now, the beauty of this, if you are one of these people that likes to just put it on in small areas and take it off straight away, you can do that as well, because the actual chemical reaction takes seconds, probably 10 to 15 seconds. So you've got up to 10 minutes, but you've got the flexibility of taking off sooner. It's that flexible product. So application, you don't even need to worry about your crosshatch either. You can just slap it on. So I always do a crosshatch affair, and you can really go for this one. Now, you're probably not going to see where it is. It's not a dark car, unfortunately. So the norm is to do your stereotypical crosshatch like this. But there's nothing wrong with doing that as well. And this is what Gyeon recommend. And this updated version, which they updated a couple of years ago, is basically to enhance the user experience and enhance the longevity. But I will stick to the crosshatch because you can clearly see the lines where you've gone, and it's nice and easy. So at that point, it's quite well distributed over the pad. Liberally load up your pad again, and 30 mils is easy enough for a car like this. I stick to my crosshatch. Carl, what do you think? Circles or crosshatch? It doesn't feel right doing circles, does it? But no, I know what Gyeon are trying to say. You're not restricted into doing this sort of clinical crosshatch, 50% overlap stuff.
No, I get it.
It's aimed at the home market.
It is, you know, with me, when it comes to waxes, it's circles. However, when it comes to ceramics, it has to be a crosshatch.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's to ensure that I haven't missed any spots, but each their own.
Absolutely. So I'm still going. Now it's probably about 25 degrees outside. I know I've got up to 10 minutes, so I could just keep going. Don't let your pad dry. I can quite clearly see where I've been. So I am quite confident that you guys at home, if you're indoors, great. If you're outside, obviously don't want to be getting it wet. So look at the weather forecast. But this is not rocket science. And this is a 3-year coating, or up to. In fact, they say circa 36 months, which is fantastic. It's a bit different to the ones we've done in the past, isn't it? In terms of you must be there after 30 seconds, look for the rainbow effect. It's just basically get it on, make sure it's level. And I could carry on doing the sides, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to leave this for about 3-4 minutes, and then we're going to remove it. It's as easy as that. Right, so I've left that about 4 or 5 minutes. I did try and remove it after a minute. It came off quite well. Now, there is a slight sort of extra grabbiness. It's not like removing a wax where it just disappears, because the intent of this is to put quite a thick coating on, all right? So there's a lot of product there for you to remove. But actual removal is nice and easy. You're using a close knit or a close weave short pile microfiber for the initial removal, and that's part of the leveling process. And then a final buff just to get rid of anything you've missed is a plusher microfiber as well. So removal, I always go in straight lines. It really, there is a grabbiness there. But like I said, grabbiness isn't necessarily a bad thing. It says to me that there's adhesion to the actual vehicle as itself. So top tip on this one, do not just use one microfiber to remove, all right? We've got about 10 of these, all right? Because you are removing a lot more product. These are going to get saturated with product a lot more. So don't go leaving it on your windscreen, because you then could induce high spots on your windscreen, okay? So constantly rotate and get a load of these to do it. You are taking off more product than a lot of ceramic coatings. But that's the intent of Gyeon. That's how it's been designed. Nice and easy, and it's difficult. You'll get to look at the vehicle afterwards, but it does leave a beautiful finish. That's why I keep coming back to this product. It just seems to leave almost like a gel, a three-dimensional sort of glass. It's hard to explain, but I love it. Slightly plusher one for your final buff. And even with that amount that we put on in quite a random, haphazard fashion, I've got the lights above me, no high spots. I have never had high spots using this product. And like I said, the beauty of it is you just get it on. You've got up to 10 minutes. 10 minutes isn't a target. I'm usually sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes. And you can't see it, but that finish is superb.
Here we go now.
Okay, so we finished applying Pure last night, so we've given it about 16 hours. Now remember, you're not getting this wet for 12 hours, and obviously no chemicals over the next 14 days for part of your wash sequence, okay? So quite enjoyable. We had a bit of experimentation on the cure time, and we've already discussed the fact that this can be sort of left up to 10 minutes before you wipe off. We found if you do it after about a minute or two, it gets a bit greasy, and it takes a bit more microfiber work, and then if we left it towards a 10-minute, it did get a bit grabby at that latter ends, but it's still achievable. So the 0 to 10 minute works, but you'll naturally find relative to your humidity what a sweet spot for us, 3 or 4 minutes.
So, like you said, the sweet spot was about 3 or 4 minutes. Like you said, we also experimented when we got to the 10-minute mark. It was noticeably more difficult to remove. So that's something you're going to have to take into thought into your head when you're doing this.
Yeah.
That the higher the temperature and the humidity, you need to be looking at reducing that time on removing that product.
Okay, so we've applied Pure, that hard coat over your vehicle. Now, we're not getting this sort of wet for 12 hours, and indeed we can't really wash with chemicals for 14 days. So that basically is potentially going to cause you issues with your ceramic coating. It's going to make that coating more susceptible for the damage induced by water spots. Okay, so this is where Cure comes into it. Now, Cure is sold as a hydrophobic gloss enhancer sealant, which you can apply after your initial application of the ceramic coating. So Cure is essentially going to protect your base coat while it hardens over that 14 days, all right? Now, the beauty of this is it's also a sort of a maintenance topper. The longevity of this is probably 5 or 6 weeks. So what I do if I've coated a car, every time I've done my maintenance wash and done my declogging of the actual ceramic coating, I will apply this, giving it a bit of a kickstart for its boost again, but to facilitate the hydrophobics. Now, what we are going to do once we've shown you the demo on this, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the hydrophobics. So we're going to split the bonnet into 2, and we're going to use Pure and Cure, and then just Pure to see if indeed this does boost the hydrophobics, because clearly the more hydrophobic, the water's going to dispel, your car's going to be cleaner, it's going to be easy to wash, and all the benefits. The first thing we want to do is have a look at this. Really, really easy to apply this one. Okay, so applying Cure is really, really easy. 2 techniques you can use. The first, you can apply it whilst the vehicle's still wet and then just dry it, almost using it as a drying aid. But my preferred choice is actually doing it when the vehicle is dry. Now, Cure is a super potent product, and I have in the past diluted this down 1:1 because there is a potential for streaking if you use too much, and you really can't get carried away. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do it. If you're looking at a big expanse like a bonnet, you literally just need 2, maybe 3 sprays of this, and then massage it, level it, flip your microfiber off and buff it off. If you start seeing streaks, you're applying too much. My preferred way of doing it is just using a short pile microfiber, and you are literally just 2 or 3, all right? And then you're gently wiping it over. Now, you won't be able to see this as easily on white. However, on a dark colour car, if you do start getting streaks, you've applied too much, and that is all you need. Flip your microfiber off, and then remove any excess product, level the product, and it goes super slick. Inspect after this for streaks, all right? Now, if you are continually getting streaks, try the diluting it down to 1:1, all right? It dilutes the product and gives you a bit more flexibility. And that is literally all you're doing. A couple more gentle squirts, go on to your next section. Wipe it gently over. Rotate your cloth, buff off, level, go super slick. And that's all you need to do. And that, like I said, is going to offer the protection. It's going to allow that base coat to harden over the next 14 days, and it's going to protect it from water spots. And you can see how easy this is to apply. This can easily be factored into the end of a maintenance wash to enhance the hydrophobics and enhance the gloss. So we're going to apply this to the vehicle. It should only take a few minutes, and then we'll come back and have a look at this hydrophobicity test to see if this does indeed boost hydrophobics.
Here we go now.
Okay, so that's Cure applied. She is looking marvellous. Cannot wait to get her outside. Now, first observation with me, 100%. Looks shinier, looks glossier, 100%, it pops, and that is with my eyes. Carl, you're very critical of gloss, and we often disagree. What's your thoughts?
I actually have to agree that the product that we put on Cure has definitely improved gloss.
Excellent. Now, sorry, go on.
but not the only thing it's improved.
Absolutely, right. So I was going to come on to that. So when we're applying it, because you're using so little, it's actually weird that you don't actually think you're putting anything on. However, we did not get any streaking whatsoever, did we?
No, so on quite a few areas we tried over applying,
Yeah.
so we could give you an honest review and
Yeah.
and both of us found no issues,
Yeah.
even with the over application with streaking.
Yeah.
So
Could be down to the paint, could be down to humidity, skill, could be down to the professional standards we set ourselves.
Of course.
Of course. Right, okay, so one of the good things, just checking product is left behind. There should be a differentiation between the two because this has got pure and cure on and that's just got pure. So you can't feel this, but Carl, there is a huge difference in slickness, isn't it? Because that is, explain what you're feeling.
So I'm just going to drag this across. And you can, it glides with ease, and then you get to this bit where there's cure, and there's an actual.
Look at it pulling it. Good demonstration. Yeah. What massive difference. Super. As soon as you put cure on, super slick, and then it goes to that sort of jelly sort of
gel-like thickness.
Gel-like thickness that we talked about with just pure. So this is really, really encouraging that it's leaving something behind, which is great. Now we are going to do a side-by-side. We're going to do the beading test and the run-out of sheeting test. Pure and cure. Just pure, we like this bit. Okay, the bit we all like, the hydrophobicity tests, ×2, beading and then sheeting. Okay, so this area here has just got pure on, just that hard base coat. So I'm going to take some photographs from the phone as well. Okay, and I will take some photographs with my phone now.
So there is some hydrophobicity there.
100%, 100%.
Not like we've seen in the past with some coatings or some waxes.
No,
however, they do state that it's not the most hydrophobic.
I don't think it's so much them stating it. It's Gyeon, you know, their base coats always come with something, a topper. So we sort of had a chat about it, didn't we? It sort of suggests that their focus on their base coat is the hardness, but the sort of toppers are there to enhance hydrophobics. And I'd rather that than have an all singing, all dancing ceramic coating that tries to achieve too much. And the actual quality is, yeah, absolutely. So there is huge hydrophobics there. I would argue, if I'm being really, really critical, looking at the photographs again, now that they're not 100% uniform, but there is significant hydrophobics there. There are beads there, they're just not perfect spheres, but good contact angles by the photographs I'm showing. So we're now going to come over to this section here, and this was with pure and cure. Right, straight away, they want to run off quicker. Would you agree?
Absolutely, and you've got a much more uniformity to the beading.
Yeah, and super high contact angle. So I'm going to take some photographs of this now. So that sort of marries in with it's slicker, it's sold as a hydrophobic sort of gloss enhancer topper. On both those fronts, so far, I think it's a good claim for this cure.
Exactly, and it's exactly what Gyeon said it was there for.
Absolutely. Right, the runoff test. Let's go back over here. Now, you can clearly see the deal. I'm just going to, while Carl's sitting up, they're the water, that's the water beads from just pure. They're not running away, they're not running away. Go over to where, all running away. So I'm tipping, the sheeting should be better. So let's see if we can do a bit of a self-dry thing here. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
leaving some behind.
But that would go with what we found on the beading.
Yeah, so as a standalone product, that actually beats some of the coatings we've done generally, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's good beads and good runoff. Okay, so over here, this is where we've got the pure and the cure. So this should sheet better.
And it does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you got drips from your thing.
Yeah.
So would you agree sheets better, Carl?
Absolutely. Add that cure topper to it. The hydrophobics of this whole coating vastly improves, if I would say that.
It's not day and night, is it? I mean, I'd be quite happy just with the pure, but there is definite gloss enhancement. There is definitely an enhancement in hydrophobicity using the cure.
Yeah. And
it's the gloss enhancement as well, and that slickness. So it's a really, really, really good topper.
Absolutely fantastic topper and well worth it.
Are you coming around to the idea of this now?
I am. when we came back in
We'll save it for the summary video in a bit. Okay, we're all finished, and she is looking amazing, isn't she?
She is a fantastic looking car.
It is actually nice to do a newer car and really focus on getting the finish and the gloss, because most of the time we've got battered daily runners where we spend 8 hours getting rid of the scratches, so it's nice to have a bit of variety. So quick correction, I think I might have mentioned 30ml at the end at the start of the video. It's actually a 50ml bottle, and we've used probably, you can see how much I've got left there, so arguably if you were a bit more sparing with it, you probably get 2 of this size car out a bottle of 50 millilitres, and in terms of the cure, probably used about half of it, okay, just to give you an idea as to the attrition rate if you buy this pack. Now, don't forget, you get a maintenance guide as well, all right? I strongly encourage you to read it. It talks about the do's and don'ts of your maintenance washes and your subsequent program regarding maintaining your ceramic coating, and that will facilitate longevity and getting the most out of your actual coating as well. So I'm just going to put these down. I think it's my turn, isn't it?
It is your turn.
Right, I've said all I've got to say about this. As you know, I'm a great believer in Gyeon as a brand when it comes to ceramic coatings. I've been using this for a long time. I can vouch for longevity. I've had cars back after about 12 months and it's still going. So we're going to revisit this if we can at the 1 year point and the 2 year point. Let's see if we can get access to the vehicle. The easiest ceramic coat to apply. You literally slap it on your pad and you can do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it's level. Tune into your cure time in terms of you'll find one that naturally is easier. But even if it's sort of grabby, if you leave it too long or you take it off too early, you get there in the end and it's fine. In terms of pure, it does deepen the colour in my opinion, and I like the fact that it's dedicated for the hardness. You're getting the abrasion protection part of it. The cure is an absolute dream to use. Easy on, easy off. It supercharges the gloss, that's fact, and the hydrophobicity enhancement is noticeable as well. And like I said, every maintenance wash, every 3, 4, 5 weeks, slap it on, protect your coating, and you'll get those circa 36 months that Gyeon professes that this coating does. So I love it. Strongly encourage you to get it. It is definitely one you could do outside. Just make sure it's not raining. If you're new to it, watch this video, apply what we've done. You're going to get on great with it. Just over 60 quid. I'll put a link to where we got it. We bought ours from Into Detailing. We've got discount code and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave all the stuff in the description. I've rabbited it on enough. I love this product, Carl.
Yeah,
you were being patient there, weren't you? You were going, no, he's going. I love it. I love it.
I really enjoyed it. Okay, with the Pure, one thing, don't worry if it feels heavy to remove because it's a thick coating, so don't worry about that. Really enjoyed using Cure. That slickness that it brought to the paintwork was, well, you saw the video.
We accidentally found that, didn't we? We were going like this, whoa, what's happening here?
It's definitely noticeable. As a combo, it's fantastic. And the fact that you can apply this outdoors just adds to it. So yeah, go on, crack on and use the bugger.
Would you buy it again?
Yes.
So would I. Boom, love it. Let's take some photographs and videos of it outside because I'm quite proud of this one.
I am very proud of this
Top
one.
work, young man.
Yeah.
Boom. Laters.
Here we go now.